The rain that morning didn't fall. It attacked. Icy sheets lashed against the wind, turning the streets of downtown Chicago into rivers of doubt. Alina Monroe stood shivering beneath the flickering awning of a gleaming high-rise, her borrowed heels soaked through, her donated blazer clinging to her like a bad memory. The security guard had already asked if she was lost. Twice. She wasn't. Not physically, anyway. Inside her bag, frayed at the edges and rescued from a second-hand store, with a resume smudged with raindrops and desperation. Her makeup, hastily applied in a diner restroom, had started to run. The only thing that hadn't collapsed this week was her will, and that was hanging by a thread. 7 months ago, she'd had a job, an apartment, and a coffee mug that said future CEO. Now she had a cot in a shelter, one outfit that almost fit, and a single chance. The job posting read, marketing assistant, Stratix Tech, fast-paced, high pressure, minimal mercy. She'd almost laughed reading it. She hadn't even owned a functioning laptop in over a year. But something inside her, maybe madness, maybe defiance, had clicked apply anyway. And now, here she was, inside the building, glass and chrome reflected versions of people Alina had forgotten how to be. Polished, confident, comfortable. The receptionist eyed her damp clothes and asked, "Are you here to apply for custodial?" "No, marketing," Alina replied, steadying her voice. The receptionist paused. "Take the elevator. Top floor. Good luck." On the 27th floor, she stepped into a conference room with a table so long it looked like a runway, for people sat at the end. All suits, all skeptical. One, a sharp-jawed man named Dylan, looked at her like she was already a mistake. Another, older and softer-eyed, was Margot, the VP of Strategy. Dylan scanned her resume, brow furrowed. No degree? No recent employment? No references? Alina nodded slowly. No excuses either. The room stilled. She could have played pretend, talked around the gaps, made excuses. But no, she didn't come this far to lie. She came to own it. "I don't have a degree," she said, voice low but unwavering. "But I have resourcefulness. I built brand from nothing because I had nothing. I sold handmade soaps at train stations to buy a public library card. I redesigned flyers for shelters to look like they came from an agency. And I once took a failing block party in Englewood and turned it into a 600-person community fair using nothing but free Canva templates, Facebook, and a Sharpie." Margot leaned forward, intrigued. Dylan leaned back, unimpressed. "And why?" he asked. "Should we hire someone who couldn't even keep a job?" Alina's throat tightened, but she didn't flinch. "Because I'm still standing," she said. "Because I've failed, yes, but I've learned. I've adapted. I've fought through things that don't fit on a resume. And because, given the smallest chance, I'll outwork everyone in this building." Silence. Then Margot said something unexpected. "You said Englewood? A community fair?" Alina nodded. "Last August." Margot's expression changed. "My niece lives in that neighborhood. She showed me photos from a fair that exploded online. Had 3 times the turnout from the year before." Margot stared at her. "That was you?" Alina hesitated. "I didn't attach my name. Just made it happen." Dylan glanced at Margot, clearly thrown. "She ran a campaign without funding, formal training, or a team," Margot said slowly, "and it went viral." Alina's hands shook in her lap. The weight of exhaustion, hunger, and rejection threatened to break her, but she held the gaze. "Look," she said softly, "I don't need this job because it's convenient. I need it because I'm ready. I've been ready. I've survived the kind of days most people wouldn't believe. And if you give me the chance, I'll prove I'm more than a story." There was a pause. Then Dylan pushed his chair back. "We'll let you know." Alina nodded, gathered her soggy bag, stood. Hours passed. She didn't expect a call back. She hadn't eaten since the night before. Her feet ached, and she had just $1 left. Enough for a coffee she didn't even want. But just as she reached the street corner, her phone rang. Margot's voice came through, calm and steady. "Alina, can you come back upstairs?" Heart pounding. She turned around. When she re-entered the conference room, Dylan wasn't there, just Margot and the CEO. "We won't insult you with a junior assistant role," the CEO said. "We want you as a junior strategist. We think you've already done the job, just without the title." Alina's knees nearly gave out. Tears welled up, but she didn't let them fall. Not yet. She nodded, swallowed emotion, and whispered, "Thank you." As she stepped back into the cold rain, it no longer felt like punishment. It felt like rebirth. The sky hadn't cleared, but something in her had. She had walked into that interview with no degree, no portfolio, no backup plan, but she walked out with a title, a salary, a future, and something even greater, her name back. Moral: sometimes the world waits until you've been stripped of everything before giving you the one thing that can never be taken, your worth. Do you enjoy our story? Kindly give us a like and comment below on what you have learned from this story. Also, subscribe to our channel to encourage us to bring you more motivating stories. See you in the next video.